I doubt it. Last time that we saw Brian, I think he played at one of the rescue events, and he was playing Mono Blue Dreadnought. So I would not be surprised if that's what he's cooking with this time around as well.
Yeah, and we do need to fix his name.
He's a smart guy, so he's probably going to be playing good decks.
Well, he got it right last year, right? Lansdale was the deck that consistently had game versus Parfait.
I know.
Now that I mean, it's not great playing Landstill. I think it's you don't have the best time, but if you want to win the tournament, man, it's one way to do it.
I mean, last year it was fine to play Landstill. I don't know if this year is fine to play Landstill. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. I can tell you that much.
I completely agree. Unless, wait, what if he's playing his Pro Tour deck?
That'd be cool, man.
How sick would that be, man?
Yeah, I was hoping to see him this year and just give him a nice handshake, because it's thanks to him that Premodern has gold border survivals. That's huge.
It's true. That wouldn't be the case.
That is kind of a really big deal, yeah.
I'm just like, why did no one win with the Mox Diamond? Life would just be paradise.
Idiots. Just absolute idiots. Why wouldn't they just win?
They thought it was unplayable, I guess. I don't know. What were all those boomers doing, man?
Silly boomers.
We'll have to ask Mike Flores and Lanny to discuss on the next Spike Colony, and Flores will just name drop like 20 people who I have no idea, who are like probably Magic legends, and it'll be like, explain why Mox Diamond was bad.
He'll be like, me and Jason Richardson were college roommates, and
he's just giving out survivals to everybody. Is that what's going on?
What is this? Unless
that's a sick brag.
That, or he's like, hey, do you know who I am? This is
this is my signature right on this card.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, where he's flexing to intimidate the opponent.
I didn't just go ahead and sign my name here.
Yeah,
they made me do it.
And I won this tournament last year. No big deal.
I know.
Would you bring the trophy and use it as a counter, like a token? Just like lay it on the table.
Right.
Yeah, probably.
That would be a nice move.
Oh, for sure.
Nice little power move right there.
I put pressure on Will to get deck lists going. Come on, man. We need all deck lists posted. All right, so Selden, we got mono blue stuff going on. Yes, mono blue Dreadnought.
You see the Urza Saga Island, so you have to be Frantic Storm, right? That's
by
the
definition.
Rules. Yeah.
Well, definitely mono. Yeah,
we
mono.
don't write the rules. It is just how they work.
Yeah, so it's definitely a blue stifle now. We'll see if there's any other colors in there.
Yeah, on the left side for Hannah, I could have sworn I saw an Urza's bauble, so maybe it's burn.
Got a Sly Gamer. Okay.
Oh, I see a Wasteland. Hold on.
Yeah, I was about to say I saw a Wasteland. So maybe it's like, I don't know.
Well,
Sly
maybe
with Wastelands?
Will Hurst.
Maybe it is some deck name.
Yeah, Will Hurst. Didn't he play Burn with Wasteland and Factories? He did some crazy stuff.
Will Hurst has done everything.
Yeah, so it's Hurst Burn. That's what we're going with right now. Wait, Wasteland, and I could have sworn I saw Bobble. I could be completely off on what I saw when Hannah was shuffling. But what if it's like balancing teams? Is there any chance that Zek's like 3-0?
Mog
That'd be
Fanatic.
something.
Yeah, let's see. Let's get a peek.
That's actually kind of a sick deck to play. What's his name in? To play the Urza's Bauble in.
Yeah, actually. Oh, go ahead, Phil.
No, I was about to say, if this is like mono red versus mono blue, this is gonna be like the folio playmat of like the Hydroblast Pyroblasts playmat. You know the one? It'll be classic.
Yeah, Phil, you have it, right?
Yeah, it's like such a good pre-modern playmat.
I think did they both mulligan?
Yeah, Selden needs to be a mono blue.
And I think they both mulled to 6.
So we'll see. We'll see if this is Burn, or maybe Goblins, or maybe Ponza, or maybe some other variant. Because there's the Wasteland, there's the Mog Fanatic.
Wait, I think I
saw
saw
Bauble earlier.
I think I saw Sulphur Springs.
So we start off with the first turn. Portent, Unglued Mountain, beautiful choice, and the Mog
Yes.
Fanatic.
Selden's got to be ecstatic right now seeing that play.
Here comes the Vision Charm. I see a flash of insight in there, which basically confirms it's just mono blue, right?
For sure.
It could still be blue-white.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, I guess you lose a little bit of value, right? But Frank, I think you played one before.
What?
So he's got Counterspell, Foil, and Flash of Insight in hand. So when this thing phases back in, he'll have protection for it. So I feel like this is going to go on to game 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, if Hannah is actually playing mono red, I think. Oh, it's Goblins.
Oh.
So I guess turn 2. Okay, we can have a naturalize here. Looks like we don't.
Yeah. We'll still be protected though, at least for a turn.
I think Selden has Gush too, right?
I think I saw Portent, Counterspell, Flash of Insight, and a Foil.
Oh, we did have the naturalize. Surprised we went to combat there, right? I would imagine you want to do that on upkeep.
Yeah, that probably would have been better timing, but I guess it didn't really matter in this case.
Well, Hannah, let's hope you have more than one naturalized being. No.
Three cards in hand against a bunch of cards, but kind of nothing though.
Oh, Finder Sam says we saw a burn deck with the forest earlier.
Yeah, in the round 2, John Shishida against Mike Flores is a burn mirror, and he was rocking some main deck forest with Price of Progress with Karpluzin.
Oh, not Flores.
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Flores was playing a more ghastly deck, depending on your definition and taste.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, so this is a good start from Goblins, but still not fast enough for a turn 2 protected Stifle Knot. So I think we're going on
for
to
sure.
Does Hannah?
Just 2 hits. That's all it takes.
Oh, okay. No, Hannah played a Lackey and a Pile Driver. I wasn't sure she had 3 mana. It doesn't matter. All right. Oh, and Alex, how do we get these Flores sleeves that BK was using?
Sonny from the New York crew made an order of a bunch of those, and he's also donating the proceeds to charity, which is a great move on his part. I think they're very limited edition, so let's see what sideboarding action is going on. I see some Red Blasts, probably some Naturalize on the left side.
What do you guys board out for Goblins here?
Let's see. It's interesting. I'm not sure what's if Hannah's playing like a pretty stock list or not. I guess.
Yeah, Hearth Charm is pretty nice. It kills Dreadnought, it does some other sexy stuff, but obviously the most important would be that.
Yeah, you don't see it as often in red-green builds, right? Like I typically see a lot in green, or sorry, in mono red, but it's nice in red-green too. Yeah, I see some incinerators being taken out. I can't imagine those dealing much damage. Mog Fanatic is definitely a fast. I mean, it can add up, but it's also seems not great in this matchup.
Yeah, Goblin King also gets cut. Yeah, this is one of those classic Premodern matches that it really comes down to the build, and it comes down to really how the cards line up. You know, like there isn't much in the form of trying to. I mean, there isn't that much back and forth. You know, like usually the games that go long favor the Goblins player a great deal because they are kind of better suited to interact, and the games that end quickly can, as we just saw, go the Dreadnought way more often than not. And yeah, if the Dreadnought deck struggles a little bit too long to put their things together, then it's very easy for it to fall behind to a fast Goblin start. So I personally like the side of the Dreadnought deck a little bit better. That being said, uh, the Princess of Hydroblast is a big deal, and same with Pyroblast. So that's also going to be a pretty major role player in the outcome of the match.
Yeah, I'm also curious if Hannah's running any Goblin Tinkerers. I know those like go in and out, so see if she's playing any.
Yeah, that card always has felt like such a banger. Honestly, it's such a great card to do a bunch of different things, namely just blow up Mox Diamonds. That's probably the number one thing, but it actually kills Mistress Factories, which is a very big deal, especially for the Goblins deck. Like Mistress Factory is actually pretty decent against Goblins, so it's a cool thing.
On the Stifle Knot side, is he just bringing in some blasts, or do they typically have any other sideboard cards that we might see?
Blast are the big ones, really. Every now and then you see chills, but those are not super popular. Curse Totems are not for this matchup. They're a card that Stifle Knot players sometimes play, but they're not super great here. But yeah, there's some tools. If I had to guess, let me see if I can find like a random list. The problem is like the Stifle Knot deck is so good, like the way that it's constructed, it's just so strong that you don't really want to mess too much with it, you know?
Yeah. So it
So
looks like Hannah might have a first turn Lackey and a Naturalize. And then Brian, I think, has Stifle, Charm, Dreadnought, and then maybe an Opt.
yeah, this is a huge deal right here. This is a huge deal right here. Like the fact that Hannah had the best possible start, and then Selden just went back with the best possible start that he could have had in that scenario.
I think that was top decked.
It was.
Yeah, he top decked that Hydroblast. This could be trouble too. She's leading with Pile Driver, but I wonder if it was correct just to play Foothills Pass. Like, I wonder if you just wait a little bit. Because like Fran said, maybe the game goes longer. Like, you're not going to be putting pressure on here with just the Pile Driver. Now you're really opening yourself up. I probably would have waited. Oh, he does not go for it. Okay. So Sheldon's doing...
He's thinking about the factory. It looks like they're both kind of settling in for a longer game. No one's really going all in.
Yeah, Factory is kind of doing some nice work here. The problem is all the cards.
Wasteland,
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like usually, Wasteland is a card that's pretty bad against the mono blue deck, and now you are making it kind of incredible. So, kind of a tough proposition. But well, what can you do?
I'm surprised Selden playing like a version with Factory, just given like Sabo's Web. You know, like I just wonder if it's even necessary.
So do you guys Wasteland here?
Stifle's the Wasteland.
Yeah, the Stifle there makes sense.
Yeah.
Like this Factory, it's still doing some work, right? And if your opponent is using artifact removal on your on your factory, you're kind of very excited about that.
Selden's got to be thinking Pyroblast, so he's just playing cautiously. He has all the time right now.
There's the Tinkerer.
Does he have another Stifle?
I don't think so.
Okay, so that's good for Hannah.
There's Daze, there's Opt, there's some good stuff.
Will, are they both 3 now? He believes so. Okay. Thank you, sir.
I imagine so.
So the Tinker is coming down.
All right, Brian. Let's think about it.
see, now if there was the Daze Stifle combo, that would
that's
be
what I was looking
so
for.
Vicious that I don't think he has another Stifle.
He can opt for it.
Yeah, he's looking for it.
That's the line.
That would be amazing.
That would be sick. All right, bottom it.
Another Portent. So the Tinker resolving will be pretty trouble because he'll need some extra protection because right now he just has the Vision Charm to get the Dreadnought on board, but then he'll need something to protect from the reoccurring Tinker.
Why fetch now? Because
I think they're just trying to play around Stifle.
Yeah,
like,
oh wait, it was Hannah's turn, right? You just wait though. Like, I don't know.
I'm still waiting for the aggro Portent. That's like my favorite kind.
I mean, it's hard. That play is just so tricky, right? Like you need to be very, very sure that you're not making your opponent a favor. It can backfire so badly.
Mm.
See, and that's why you're a better player than I am, and I'm just all about the aesthetics and making the cool plays. In chat, I think there's a little under 240 players.
Interesting. So is that because some people just signed up but were not there? Like, how does that work?
I guess so. I mean, like I was supposed to go and unable to go, so these things happen. Still the largest in-person Premodern tournament yet. I think previously Spanish Nationals had like 212, something like that, a couple months ago.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder.
Yeah, we got 237 today. Thank you, Dr. Magnolia.
So if there are people just hanging out that maybe were on the waiting list, how does that work? Like if they were in the site, are they allowed to play or something?
Well, there was no waiting list for like main event LOBSTERCON, and so they just closed it. And then I think the organizers assumed that some number of people would not show up or would be unable to. So I don't think you're not really like allowed to get in, or technically was supposed to know the location if you didn't have a spot. This part is kind of confusing though, because the life total counter is covered or not on the playmat. So maybe at some point we can get that fixed, because it has been swinging in a couple times now. It's like hard to keep track of.
So we're going to attack, activate factory, and attempt to naturalize the factory.
This is very aggressive.
Yeah, it is. I wonder if Brian just lets it go. But then again, he's going to fall behind.
I mean, I guess I don't know the life totals, so
yeah, so we have to see that.
There's a lot of pressure. Because otherwise, like tapping the Tinker and using a Naturalize is a lot of shields down, I guess.
Yeah, attacking with Tinker would concern me.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've ever attacked with a Tinker, if I'm being honest.
I know, right? Yeah, it's a 2-mana wall in Goblins.
Yeah,
but this is where the life total matters, because like if this turns it into like a 1-turn clock or something, then like okay.
There we go.
19? Oh god.
I mean, I get it. Hannah has to put
guess
pressure on, but
it is 3 though, right? It is 3 points of damage because it adds 2 power to the pile driver. So it's not nothing, right?
It just worries me because you know he's going to try to block with the factory, and so like you have to have like lots of interaction. Okay, so the factory's getting phased out. All right.
Good play, because I mean he's got to buy time now, right? Because she is putting a decent clock on, so he's kind of has to find enough protection and buy time. So factory's going to do that for him. Mock Fanatic, one of the best cards in Premodern.
Yeah, it really is.
Right? It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. I would be, if I'm Selden and the best thing I can do with Vision Charm is to face out my own factory, I'd be kind of sad. Okay, so he did find the Dreadnought. I'm surprised. I guess he found that from a cantrip.
Yeah,
well, he's had that since his opening hand, like the Dreadnought and the Vision Charm. I think he's just been trying to find the right moment.
I mean, I guess he needs to find an answer to the Tinker before he can really do anything. So in that sense, I understand.
This like aligns with Fran what you mentioned earlier, right? Goblins wants the longer game, and it definitely seems like that's what the case. Like that's how it's kind of like playing out, because I get why Brian was waiting, like he had it, like Phil mentioned, on turn 2, but you just have to respect Pyro. Like they're bringing in, there's probably going to be 8 pieces of interaction between Pyroblast and Naturalize effects.
Yeah, but now the pile driver is going to be a very fast clock with 2 other friends with it. That is if the Tinker attacks. It might not.
Yeah, now I might not attack the Tinkerer. Since you have another attacker. Gush Pass. Oh, that is not the greatest feeling.
See a blue elemental blast in there.
Yeah, but it's good he did find one, yes. And that's maybe why the Gush isn't that bad there, because that's kind of what he was looking for.
Yeah, finally an answer for the Tinker.
Yeah.
And so he can blue blast the Tinkerer and then use the factory to block something.
Oh, did you guys talk about it? So Selden, he brought in the blue elemental blast, but is he taking out stuff like foil? Foil just seems obviously horrendous.
Yeah, I could see that.
Right. I don't know if you want to keep foiling against like Pyroblast X. So he's letting Hannah attack. This is for 7.
So no factory block.
How do you feel from Hannah's point of view? He's not blocking this one.
It's interesting. I mean, what does he have? He has is he dead next turn? 5, 6, 7. So I guess if he didn't block anything, he'll die next turn.
Yep.
But he has a factory, so I'm not sure why he didn't block with the factory though. Is there a reason for that? Like you can block a Mog Fanatic or something?
That's a good question, but he's choosing to do that. He's going to block. He has to block this turn.
Yeah. So it looks like he has 2 Dreadnoughts in hand now.
That's terrible, though. He cannot deploy the first one, and deploying the second one.
Oh, is this going to be late game days? Late game days?
Oh man, this is a good days right here.
Maybe he'll activate factory and then bounce.
It also blanks the factory, right?
Oh, but he doesn't want to activate factory.
It actually blanks the attack because now there's no Tinker to protect the. I think that's a misstep on Hannah's side. What she could have done is she could have attacked with the Pile Driver and Mog Fanatic, which threatens to deal 4 damage, which is half of Brian's life total. And if Brian wants to do something about it, like if he attempts to block with the factory, then we can use the Tinker in that spot and force something, right? Like either a Stifle or a Vision Charm. And the more that you force those cards, like worst case scenario is you just, I mean, the factory eats your Mog Fanatic, which is kind of whatever. Ugh. That one is a big deal, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now I think that Brian's going to win this game. Oh, he actually doesn't have an enabler. Never mind.
Yeah, still in a decent spot. I mean, the Daze was basically a time walk, right?
Right.
Oh, Island. Yeah. He really desperately needs an enabler for one of the dreadnoughts.
It's kind of ridiculous how much work this factory is doing.
I mean, we were asking what we thought about factory early on, because usually, I shouldn't say usually, but often Mono Blue will not play factories, and so it's definitely holding back the Goblins a little bit.
Yeah, this is Hannah.
Yeah, Hannah's gonna naturalize counter this
kind of
one.
In desperation mode.
Is it a naturalize?
Ooh. Now we're talking. This is not good timing, though.
Wait, now he can.
Oh man, Incinerator is still there.
Yeah, I think Hannah left one in. From what it's, because I saw her board out 2. Interesting.
So do you deal damage and then do you ping the factory after blocks?
Yeah, so this makes sense. So like Selden just attempted to block, but no. What's going on here? Yeah.
Wait,
so
Selden's
saying I can't block, but my factory doesn't die.
Yes.
And I think I kind of want to kill that factory there.
Now we riff Stifle.
If I'm Hannah, right? Because now you're once again in the same spot, and now you, instead of trading your Mog Fanatic for the factory, you're actually trading a Pile Driver for the factory.
Yeah.
So I feel like finishing up the factory with Mog Fanatic was the line here. So Selden just like wrapping up that counter spell. Just set it up nice and easy. Nice counter spell here.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and now
Matron is huge here, though. Oh, but the counter, yeah.
I mean, you probably still have to attack. I don't think that giving Selden time is what you want to be doing.
You attack the factory and Pile Driver trade. You go down to 3, which is an effective 2.
Yeah, even if we didn't know his hand, I think I would. He's either got another like an island and Dreadnought, like he's waiting for something. So I think you definitely attack, and then the return clock. If you top deck Chief, then it's over.
Yeah, so that's a good trade. I still feel like you'd rather trade the Mog Fanatic instead of the Pile Driver, but there you go. Stifle off the top. Well, and it's pretty key. The fact that it was Stifle and not Vision Charm is kind of ridiculously relevant here, because that means that the Mog Fanatic can't attack. So that extra point of damage actually would have held the Dreadnought back to block, because Selden cannot attack, because then the little Fanatic just gets in for lethal. But now Selden can actually attack, deal 12, and he knows that this Fanatic can only deal 2. So it's kind of a huge deal that it was specifically Stifle instead of Vision Charm.
Well, let's see.
Hannah has a lot of outs.
Charm off the top.
Yeah, flip it.
Hannah has a lot of outs here. Another Mog Fanatic will do it.
Lightning Helix off the top. Let's go.
Yeah. Draw the card first. That's it.
Wait. That's it.
That is actually enough. I think that was a daze.
He has a daze. 2, 4, 5.
She has so much mana.
That's it.
Yeah,
it beats daze. He has daze.
She needs to tap. Yeah, she needs to tap with.
Tap that for. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, not the cleanest tapping, but.
That's it though.
That's enough.
I want this game 3. I'm so happy.
There were a lot of
were
a lot of outs for Hannah there. Like
yes,
another
for
Shrek
sure.
would have been an out. War Chief would have been an out. Even Matron would have been an out.
Yeah.
So there were a decent amount of cards that win from there, but it's still kind of
that game.
Kind of a
That
big
game
deal.
was sick though, man. He rips the stifle, the back and forth early on. That was great to watch. Premodern is the best.
I love how even late game the dazes were pretty relevant. Like he sniped the siege gang, and then that daze at the end almost did something. You know,
Yes.
it almost got.
I know, right?
It's kind of crazy.
Because that daze would have prevented it would have forced Hannah to pay the 1 extra, not allowing her to activate. But she had exactly enough mana. That's kind of crazy.
And had
it is nuts because like. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, so she played out her land drop. Some people might, like even myself included, if I was like flooding there, I might just hold them to try to bluff a little bit, but it worked out to play because of the days. Like it actually could have like completely backstopped Hannah if she held those mountains and lands just to like bluff I have interaction.
Well, not really, right? Because like if you're holding the land, you just play the land and then you play the siege gang. Like it's not that.
Oh no, like because she drew mountain to. I think she saw 3 lands late, right?
Oh, okay. You mean like sandbag multiple lands? Yeah, sandbagging multiple lands is bad. Sandbagging exactly 1 is probably okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But one just could have cost her for sure.
Good point.
Yeah, that was amazing though, because when they drew the ancient tomb, I was like, oh man, what a bad top deck at this point in the game. And then you know, every mana counts.
Yep. Had that been a basic mountain, Brian would have won. Kind of crazy to think about.
That would have been sick if it came down to the days to win it.
Yeah. So Brian is on the play now, I assume. You know, I feel like it's definitely tough for Goblins when Stifle Knot's on the play, but you know, sometimes Stifle Knot doesn't have it. Like Brian was drawing for a long time to try to find enablers, so you know they don't always have it like turn 2 with protection.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where the flexibility of the enablers is kind of a very big deal, and one of the reasons why Stifle Knot is such a great deck. Like if the Vision Charms and the Stifles of the deck only enable the Dreadnought kill, like it would be a lot of a worse deck. So because he could use the Stifle to save the factory, and like that factory bought an infinite amount of time, really, like we were able to have a game there. If he had been only on islands, it would have been probably Hannah's game. So it's very interesting to think about just where the power of the Stifle Knot deck truly resides, right? It's the fact that the flexibility that the cards have and the fact that they have uses outside of just enabling the combo. It's such a huge deal.
Yeah, definitely. So looks like Brian kept 7 and Hannah mulled, I think.
Yes, got a glimpse of Brian's hand. It looked like it was 2 islands, foil, Daze, Gush, Dreadnought, and a Vision Charm, I believe. So he's got like the combo with foil.
Wow, so he's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, his hand is
if he's got
really
if
good.
he has
Look at that
Daze
hand.
and foil, it's like
yeah, this seems like kind of an insane Dreadnought hand.
And he's on the play.
It's why you play the deck, right?
Yeah.
Only thing that he's missing is is that a Vision Charm there?
Oh, wait, I saw Hydroblast. Maybe I missed it. It wasn't Vision Charm, but he does have Gush too. So yeah, maybe
I think he's just missing the enabler, which he has 8 copies of. So
yes,
you can tell that Hannah is an EDH player, by the way, because of how they're shuffling. Because they're cutting the deck in multiple piles instead of just grabbing the entire deck in their hands.
Wait, Will, if you're listening, maybe you can question Hannah. Is she an EDH player? That's actually hilarious because that's probably true.
But you see how she's shuffling? She cuts and then shuffles part of it.
Well, you can't shuffle 99 cards.
Oh man,
that's funny.
Spotted. EDH gamer spotted. That's hilarious.
EDH was technically created in this time frame, right?
I don't know. Wasn't EDH created like 15 years ago? Like I don't think it's that long ago.
No, I know. I think it's like
obviously it's before the Commander products were created, because the Commander products were created because of it. So
yeah, Phil, maybe you can get us an answer on that. You got all the history.
I've never played the game, so EDH that is, so unfamiliar.
Come on, Shaq. Can someone help us? When was oh wait, I saw people playing EDH at National 2003. Yeah, I think it was late 90s when Sheldon and it was like the judges would just play between rounds and stuff like that.
yeah.
So Hannah fits in with the pre-modern, EDH thing. The nostalgia's hitting right now. And I'm assuming I would love to see how some of those decks were built back then for EDH.
I wonder what kind of hand Hannah's looking for, because that hand had lands. It also had a green source, which is huge for naturalize. It had Pyroblast. It had Ringleader as a way to undo the mulligan. I do wonder what kind of hand she's actually looking for, because if she's looking for a Lackey into Siege Gang kind of hand, then I feel like Selden's gonna get there because he has a Hydroblast, and that's kind of all she wrote, right? Or the stays for that measure.
I see now she has like a wasteland, drew another land. Oh no.
But this is a move to 4.
I think she has 4 lands
4
in
against
hand.
the double gush hand. Yikes.
As long as Brian doesn't draw an enabler, we will be playing a long game, so
yeah.
A lot more gush.
Yeah, that's a 3 gush hand, not a 2 gush hand. Yeah, this is the kind of spot where the Stifle Knot deck just gets to hang out. Like you don't need to do anything. Your opponent's kind of the one that needs to get something going. That's an interesting tap in right there. Is she trying to actively make it so Selden doesn't think she has Pyroblast? Or is she just taking a point? Huh. That's an interesting way to tap.
Huh? Hey, go Bills. I don't believe in God.
Can't stop.
I don't believe in God. Who are you?
So what are we finding here with Nature?
Got him.
Are you finding a Tinker or like a Ringleader?
Go Bills.
I mean, first of all, this has to resolve, right? Like that's step number 1. That's definitely not a given. I feel like this is Hydroblast worthy for sure.
Yeah.
Like that Matron represents more power on the onboard pile driver. And also Brian kind of wants to get cards out of his hand so that he can start gushing without having to go to discard. Also, that was beautiful. I don't know if you guys caught that, but Brian didn't even look at the top card and just put it on the bottom with the opt. That's because he set it up with Portent. So he cast Portent on the previous turn. He left the bad card in the middle, and then he bottomed it with the opt to get even more value from the Portent. That's a master at play right there.
Oof.
Oh yeah. Oh, the hardcast foil.
Yeah,
it feels so good.
We're almost at hardcast gush territory.
Yep, that's the honest foil right there. I mean, if Hannah doesn't do anything of substance here, I could definitely see a hardcast gush on the end step.
You know what that will mean is that Brian will have hardcast days, foil, and gush.
The trifecta?
Yeah. Now he just needs to cast Dreadnought by sacrificing 12 power.
Oh, man. Oh, man, this is so sad. Like, this actually needs to be countered, so we're going to see the gush happening here. That's brutal. I was so onto it. We really need a counter spell for this one, by the way. Oh, there we go.
If it doesn't get countered, then it's a lot of cards and damage.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good one. At least a stifle, but like even if you stifle the trigger, you're still taking 5 now from the pile driver. I mean 5 from the pile driver plus the ringleader, so it's a lot of damage. Brian is digging. And by the way, now he found a
there's the
enabler, but
charm.
he doesn't actually have a counterspell to protect it. So I do wonder. Okay, he's actually going for it. Oh, no cards in hand. Never mind. Yeah, this is fine.
Oh, there's a ringleader. That's a lot of damage. See, this is what you're talking about with the difference between Vision Charm and Stifle.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna gush.
We're gonna gush.
Might as well.
This is definitely worth trying to. Oh, what?
Oh, that's way too many cards. Gush for 4, drawing 4 cards.
Yeah. Yeah, he looked at more cards.
Okay.
I mean,
this
is
going to be a judge
whatever.
call.
Yeah, at this point, put the 2 back, shuffle, draw 2.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Should be very easy to fix. I guess that he just confused it with casting an impulse.
Yeah. I think you should put the 2 back though. I don't know if we can guarantee.
Yeah, we can guarantee. Like, we literally just saw them.
Okay.
Also, Hannah's just looking at him anyway, so buy her a beer.
Yeah, Jared, you know.
That's the
That's the
resolution
move right
to
there.
all judge calls. Yeah.
Get rid of the bad blood. Just beer it up.
I think they're asking if they know any other cards, and he put the opt card in the bottom, so I think that one will remain on the bottom, I guess.
Right.
Beautiful Intention said Gush works differently when you are a world champion. Draw as many as you want.
Okay, so he drew 2. Oh no, those were the islands from the Gush. Oh, so he drew the counterspell. Man,
yeah,
brutal.
This is just over now. He has another
Well,
counterspell.
Oh yeah, if he has another counterspell, then it's
we're done here. Like, Hannah can only draw 1 single card, right?
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely get the book. Well, it's more of a pamphlet.
There we go. And obviously, if it were me, I would. This is exactly what I would do. Just show her the counterspell. Like, you're just dead. Like, there's nothing you can draw. There you go.
Good games.
Yeah.
I mean, all that it came down is the move to 4, right? If Hannah had like a 6 or a 7 card hand, I feel like Brian did not have that much gas left in the tank. Honestly, he really took a very long time to get there. So the fact that that Hannah mulled to look at this, the double signed Brian Selden recurring Nightmare. That is a power move right there.
That's a good prize.
Love that.
But yeah, I think you're right. I mean, like the pile driver was chipping in for 1 a turn. You have just one more goblin, and like the clock speeds up so much faster.
Exactly. So like that way, Brian had infinite time to find the answers, and of course he did, because he gushed like 3 times. But still, if there had been a Mog Fanatic in play, now all of a sudden that's a 5-turn clock from 20, right? Like, that's no joke at all. Like, you're really putting a lot of pressure, and there's no answer in the pile driver for the Dreadnought deck once it's in play because of the protection from blue. So I do wonder if, like, Brian, whenever he wins the match, it gives them a recurring Nightmare, and whenever he loses, he's planning to give them a survival. That would be pretty cool.
That would be nice.
Wait, Brian's deck looks pretty sick. I saw Parallax Tide in the sideboard.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought I saw some Chain of Vapors, which you don't typically see in Dreadnought decks because you could have it bounce back against you. But he's
that's
doing
such an interesting pivot. That was cool.
Really nice matchup.